So my name is Isaac and I did philosophy and theology. I think for theology it was the variety. Like when I came in, I very much thought that I wanted to do Christian theology, because although I'm not Christian, it was the stuff I was most familiar with. It felt like a thin place, and it was like familiar and it was interesting, and I knew a little bit about it, so it was less like out of my comfort zone. But then as I went on, I did Buddhism with Paul Fuller. That was really cool. I did like 3 of those, and did some more with Upali Shraman. That was brilliant. And then Emma Wildwood's Religions in Africa course was brilliant. I thought that was my mistake. That was my mistake. That was the first one that I did that wasn't exclusively Christianity without even realizing it. I just went into it and I went, oh, this actually isn't too far outside my comfort zone. I could really enjoy this. So I think it's all of them, if that's a helpful answer. I wanted to get as far away from Essex as possible, so I picked somewhere that I thought would be gorgeous, but also mean that I wouldn't be visited too often. So I looked initially at Scotland, so I was like, okay, let's read through all the Scottish unis, which one do I think would be best for me? So I came to the offer holder day, I visited Rory, and he was very helpful. And I was even taken on a tour by the security guard, Robert, which was great. He took me on a little private tour. He was like, have you seen this before? And I was like, no. He went, I'll take you around then. And it was brilliant, and it just felt like, it felt authentic, and I think you get a lot, I've been on a few other offer holder days, and with the schools that are less certain of themselves, they really try to prove they're academically rigorous, but like the School of Divinity doesn't need to do that. It's already so obvious that it's a really strong institution that people relax a bit and they're more willing to like chat to you in the cafe, and it just felt like a nice place to be, so I couldn't go anywhere else. I think it's one of those ones that you have to be really careful of, because it's so easy to say, oh, it's lovely, like, oh, it's a really nice community, it feels like homely and safe, because like lots of people will say that and you don't really know whether it's real or not. So I think the best way is to like explain it by example. It's like every time I'm in New College Library, I see like 5 people that I love and I speak to them. I've got so many photos of good memories that will be posted on Instagram the minute I leave. The lecturers are really, really friendly. It's a community, but it's not a community in the sense that like a retirement home is a community. It's a community in that it's built for anyone, and anyone can be in a community. I think community makes it sound closed off, which isn't fair, because it's not at all. Like, this actually is a real community that anyone can enter, which is a more important like suffix on the end, I think. I think there's a difference to be drawn with theology at New College compared to theology at like English institutions. So like, I think here, I don't know if it's like a national difference or just the University of Edinburgh that makes that distinction, but theology doesn't just mean studying religious texts. And I intended to apply that way. So I think depending on what you're interested in, it might be that you would prefer anthropology or history, or it might be that you really like anthropology, history, culture, and the study of religion, in which case theology is really, really good here. But down south, religious studies is more what people mean, I think. When I say theology, that's more what I intend to get across. But I think the important part of studying theology is I said before, it's not about just studying the texts, it's about studying the people. And like you can go through like literally thousands of years of history of religious conflict, but the one thing that always stays is that it's so human. Like, you study history, you study like time, you know when the 100-Year War was. Or if you study anthropology, then you know the deep details of the culture. But I think with theology, you study people's hope. And you study people's hope through those different avenues. So you might know when they hoped, but the emphasis is on their hope, I think. One of the ones that I haven't seen really any of the students of like my year use, the ones that I know the best, is the multi-faith space. Because it's brilliant, because I'm not religious, but everyone needs to meditate and think every now and then. And you can like book it, and it's available pretty much all the time. You just walk in and it's just a nice space where, I think it was the old chapel, it just feels quite peaceful and friendly. So that's a tip. Have knowledge of the multi-faith space. I think also make sure you're in Rainy Hall on Tuesdays, because there's a really good selection of board games. Other than that, I think just say yes to almost anything you can. Like, if you want to be a student ambassador, there's scope for that, or if you want to do an interview in the Martin Hall, then you can do that. Is that a fourth wall break? So I'm doing law after this. So law was always the plan, but I knew that I didn't want to go into law straight away, because the stereotypical comment was didn't want to sell my soul yet, but that's not quite fair. I just didn't really want to get into such a nitty-gritty subject that was so specific to something, when actually, like, the minute you start doing law, you are now becoming a lawyer. And I wanted to do something that felt a little bit more meaningful first. So I thought, philosophy and theology, come on. Like, there's nothing more meaningful than studying people's hope and studying people's thoughts. So I did that first. But in terms of studying law, I think those two subjects are really, really helpful. Because, like, what is law if not ethics? Like, there's a reason we have case law. People decide what's right and what's wrong. And religion has been trying to do that for literally forever. And philosophy has tried to, like, prescribe that for almost forever. So being able to, like, offer that, like, mindset in order to compare arguments and, like, analyze morality and ethics, I think is really, really helpful.